Hey guys, check this out. Huge opportunity to buy Bitcoin. Let's dive in. Bitcoin sitting at 21,894. Ethereum down a little bit, but sitting at 1,521. Massive moves last week. But what we're going to talk about is, will the Fed prevent Bitcoin from reaching 28,000? So this article here really caught my attention today. They're saying as Bitcoin enters a new week with a question mark over the fate of the market ahead of key United States monetary policy decisions, which is going to be happening, between Tuesday and Wednesday of this week, the Fed to decide on the next rate hike in another fun week. Everyone's saying that, this is going to negatively impact the market. We have a Suburban Drone here talking about the tech earnings, and FOMC has been a catalyst for two major crashes so far. And what they're saying is we should expect another crash. And this is kind of the sentiment I've had, even going to our Bitcoin charts real quick. I know I was saying, I'm bearish until price breaks over 22.5. It broke over 22.5, but I still share the same sentiment as looking at the macro and economic conditions of what's going on in the market. It was just hard for me to say, okay, now we're bullish. That was the bottom. It didn't feel like the last, the bear run and how we transition into the bull run. So looking at this, I did alter my trend line, my counter trend line a little bit, but for me, I did not really want to, say we're out of the woodwork yet because of, what we see going on across the world. So looking at this trend line here, I did change this trend line a little bit. I did have it right here. I had it touching this wick as I felt like that was a clean touch. But I did adjust it here more so to align with what we saw here back in May. So this crazy wick here, another touch right here, and then a break. I'm expecting that same thing to happen. I've said this time and time again. I expect the same thing to happen to what we saw in May for one last drop. Now, will this be it? Will the bottom be in after that? I don't know, but I definitely think a drop is there. Even just measuring what we see, coming from here, measuring the last drop and what it looked like, I definitely think that is a possibility. And that has, if it's the same size, it has going down to $9,000 Bitcoin. I don't know, but I'm definitely prepared for anything, and it's gonna happen fast. So as we see here, we zoom in a little bit, we see how our EMAs are getting a little bit close together. We did cross over the EMAs as well. But seeing here what this article is saying a little bit further, they're saying June's FOMC meeting saw the U.S. Federal Reserve deliver a 75 basis point hike, the single largest since 1994. More hefty hikes are expected before inflation is normalized. So everyone's expecting a negative, effect on the markets when this happens. So they're saying, even Crypto Tony's saying here, range high dump during overnight session on ETH and Bitcoin, looking for some relief. Can we hold 1460? And that's a conservative number. And can Bitcoin hold 21.7? There's no way Bitcoin's holding 21.7. There's no situation when that's happening. So this is what I'm looking at. I definitely see the same thing happening this month. A break. I want to see a break here as well. And for there, that would be a huge opportunity to buy. That is a huge opportunity to buy. Anything under, at this point, in my opinion, anything under this wick right here is an absolute buy. So anything under 17.7 is an absolute buy. So I would say, just to keep it simple, anything under 18,000 is an absolute steal. Especially if you see the long term value of Bitcoin, it's an absolute steal. So cleaning up the charts a little bit, that's what we're looking like. Finishing this article out here, there's talking about support being 21.6 and having patience. Support 21.6, that's nothing. Especially if we just look at what happened in May. Just look at what happened in May. Just look at the pullback. Look at the spike up. That spike up, everyone thought it was over. We had this crazy spike up, as we saw here. Everyone thought it was over, and it was not. And if you think about what's going on in the world, and we can even go to crypto fear greed. If we go to crypto fear greed and we see, the sentiment, The sentiment alone is 30. It's fear. It's been the same sentiment for a while now. So looking at that, and then looking at what's going on, and seeing how the technicals are pretty much lining up with what happened in May, we are gearing up for another drop. So stay tuned for that. I just wanted to dive in and give you a quick market update of what's going on. This is going to be a huge week to buy everything on sale. Everything. So everything within the top 10 on sale. Huge opportunity. Take advantage of it. Hope you got some value out of this video. Keep moving forward, guys, in everything that you do. We'll see you soon.